Here then is the upper tank strap, which I've had a closer look at, and really looking at it, it's pretty much shot from there to there. There's the bit on the end, there's a good bit in the middle, and then you get to here and it's all shot again, and there's actually a hole in there. Oh. Yeah, there's a hole in there, so what I've decided is it's just a whole lot easier to cut it off at this point here and on at that point there, and put a whole new piece in. This is a really thin metal. It's probably about 1 millimetre thick. I've got a big sheet of 1.2 which I'll use for occasional things, and if I just chop it off, I'll cut a strap to that width, and it's thicker, so it'll be stronger, and I'll just weld it in between these 2 points. Then I'll be able to curve the ends to suit pretty much to the same as it used to be. I won't have to worry about doing the ends over. These were just done to give it some rigidity, but as I'll be fitting it straight on the car, it's not going to be an issue. So I'll cut this off and then cut out a piece from that sheet there. And here's both ends cut and cleaned up. Just clean the ends up there. Remembering that these go on the inside of the curve, so to speak, apart from that one, which goes on the outside. Okay, I measured the piece I cut off at 730 millimeters, which I've marked out on the metal. So let's get cutting. Right, and that's cut out and cleaned up and bent to pretty much match the old one. So I don't need that anymore. I'll tell you, the local scrappy round here, he loves me. He always turns up. So about every 3 or 4 months, takes everything like old scrap metal and washing machines and all kinds of stuff, and then tells me there's no money in scrap, doesn't give me any money for it. Still saves me the hassle of taking it somewhere. I did try collecting scrap once myself. I got a great big 2-ton trailer load and I ended up with 70 quid, which I thought was alright, but I mean, it took me probably the best part of 1.5 years to collect it all. Still, better than a poke in the eye with a bent stick, isn't it? So, let's get back on with this and get on with some welding. That one there goes there. And that one there goes sort of like that ish. That's basically what you're looking at. So let's get welding that together. And that, ladies and giblets, is how you save yourself 88 quid. For that is how much these things cost. Yeah, look at that, eh? Come on, focus. Focus, there we go. Yeah. Nice. So I shall give it a quick lick of Hammerite Smooth, and then if it focuses, there we go. And then I'll start, while I wait for that to dry, I'll start by putting the exhaust back box back on. Right, I'm all ready now to offer the pipe up. I've been round and just with a paint scraper chipped away all the old exhaust sealing paste. You want to get rid of that so you have a nice flat surface for sealing. I've done the same under the car, clean that up. I'll just say with the exhaust fittings, if you're going to replace your whole exhaust system at any point, try and ensure you get ones with this type of fitting: captive bolt, a nut, and so on. The cheaper type, or the other type of fitting I should say, where you have a sleeve, one pipe fits over the other, after a few years you've got to take them off. They are an absolute pain to remove, so get one of these, you'll save yourself a whole lot of trouble. So let's get the thing on the car. Alright, I've put the back box on, that's on now, and I've also put the fuel tanks back on. Exactly the same as removing it, but obviously in reverse. Just a jack, that plate. Helps actually if you get the tank sort of in position, push it up, and then get the tray, put that underneath, and then put your jack under that. Just jack it a bit, hold it there, bolt it all in place on the 4 points. Ensure that your pipes are free, especially those two fuel pipes there with the silver wrapping around, and make sure they can move about freely. And connect up your other doodahs. Reconnected there, and that mysterious extra pipe clipped back on around the back of the main fuel filler there. My new strap is fitted over the top and adjusted, pulled down and tensioned lightly, so the fuel tank is now rock solid. It's not going to bounce up and down at all. Same there, new strap fitted down. See where it goes over the top. Yeah. So with that on, I now just need to refit the fuel pipes and the fuel pump power supply and sender. So I shall give each of these a good wipe, because bearing in mind I've been grinding and welding and so on. So I'll give them a wipe. Make sure there's nothing inside each pipe. Okay, and slide in, and in theory they should just push in. Yeah, as easy as that. There we go. There's always one. There we go. Push it in, pull it out just to make sure. Yeah. And then that one. One's in there. There we go. Everyone's a winner. Make sure all those clips are actually in. See, like that one there, see, you think you've heard it click. You just focus on that. Think you've heard it click, but in fact it's not. Now it is. Right, and refit the plug. like so. You're on there, yep. You always want things to go in with a resounding click. I shall put that back on later, that cover, but I'll keep it off for now to make sure there's no leaks and so on. Right, only a few jobs remaining. One is to put fuel into the baby, and the other is to reconnect the ECU, engine management pack, and the battery. So I shall do those first of all. That's the battery reconnected and the engine management pack held on by its one measly screw. Quite why... That's not because there's one missing, by the way. That is what it's held in with. You'd think they'd sort of secure it better, but I suppose they're anticipating that Land Rover owners will be removing it all the time to carry out work. So, all that remains now is to put some fuel in it. I do like that. So, with all that done, everything reconnected, fuel in the tank, it's now ready to start up. So because I drained the tank and disconnected the fuel lines, we've got to prime the system, so just turn the ignition on so the dashboard lights come on and let the pump run for about 30 seconds, and then it will turn itself off eventually. There we go, it's turned itself off. Now, little tip, you can either just turn the ignition off and back on, because you have to do it again, or, if you didn't know, if you depress the accelerator pedal 5 times, it starts again. See, you learn something new every day. So once it's done the 30 seconds, it'll be ready to fire up. Fingers crossed I haven't forgotten anything. I've only got half a bucket of bolts left over. Don't know where they came from, but nah, only kidding. Right, I would say it's pretty much there. So let's have a go. Oh, there we go. Sure there's no leaks or anything. Very nice. Well, I won't be putting the tow bar back on just yet, because I'm waiting for some bolts to turn up for it. So that'll be happening in the next video, where I'll also be talking to you about something to do with those bolts. So all will be revealed in the next video. Where's that come from? Discover something new every day. Right, I think a well-deserved cup of tea there, and I'll see you next time.